They watch you because they still want access to you. They don't reach out because access without risk is the only version of connection they feel safe with. That's the entire pattern in one sentence. Watching is low cost. Reaching out is accountability. Watching keeps them close enough to feel something without having to do anything about it. Reaching out would force them to face the parts of themselves they've been avoiding: vulnerability, responsibility, rejection, repair, the possibility of being asked for more than they're willing to give. So they choose the quiet version of closeness that doesn't require courage. They choose the version where they can witness you, miss you, and still protect their ego. And if you've been confused by this, if you've wondered how someone can clearly still care and still stay silent, this is why. Watching is not the same as choosing. Watching is not commitment. Watching is management. It's them managing their feelings from a safe distance. And the reason it feels so maddening is because it creates a false sense of presence. It makes you feel like they're still there, like the story is still alive, like the door is still open. It keeps your nervous system in a waiting room, because if they're watching, part of you thinks they're thinking. And if they're thinking, part of you thinks they might come back. And that might is what keeps you emotionally hooked. So let's cut the fog. People watch when they want to maintain psychological proximity without emotional responsibility. They want the benefits of connection, nostalgia, comfort, familiarity, the ego boost of knowing they still affect you, without the work of actually showing up. For a lot of people, especially avoidant or emotionally immature people, reaching out feels like a trap. Not because you're trapping them, because their nervous system experiences closeness as pressure. They associate intimacy with loss of control. So they keep control by staying silent. Silence becomes their power. It lets them feel like they're not the one who needs. It lets them feel like they're not the one who cares more. It lets them keep their self-image intact. Meanwhile, watching gives them the emotional drip they want. A tiny hit of you, a tiny reminder, a tiny connection. No vulnerability required. This is why they can watch for months, because it lets them feel attached without admitting attachment. And admitting is the part they fear. Because the moment they admit you matter, they also admit they could lose you. The moment they reach out, they have to face the possibility of you not responding. The moment they reach out, they risk being seen as the one who wants. The moment they reach out, they risk a real conversation. Why did you disappear? Why did you hurt me? What do you want? Where is this going? And if they are not ready to answer those questions, they'd rather stay in the shadows. Watching is safe because it doesn't move the story forward. It keeps it suspended. It keeps you as an unresolved chapter they can revisit whenever they feel lonely, nostalgic, or curious. There are a few different watcher types, and recognizing them helps you stop personalizing the silence. One type watches because they're ego-attached. They want to see if you're still affected by them. They want to know if they still have influence. They won't reach out unless they feel you're slipping away or doing better without them, because the point isn't connection. It's control. Another type watches because they actually miss you, but they're emotionally avoidant. They feel the pull, then they feel fear. They want you, then they panic about what wanting you implies. They tell themselves, I shouldn't. It's complicated. It'll reopen things. They'll want more. I'll disappoint them again. So they watch instead. They let themselves have you without facing the consequences. Another type watches because they're conflicted. They don't want to fully lose you, but they don't want to fully choose you. They keep you as a maybe, a backup, a comfort source. And that one is the most dangerous, because it can keep you in limbo the longest. But here's the truth that cuts through all types. Regardless of their reason, the outcome for you is the same. Watching without reaching out is not a relationship. It's a tether. And tethers are designed to keep you from fully moving on. That's why it feels like a psychological haunting, because it is. You feel them nearby, but you can't touch them. You feel the presence, but you can't get clarity. You feel the attention, but you can't get commitment. It's the perfect formula for anxiety. And if you've been stuck thinking, if they're watching, why don't they just talk to me? Consider this. Watching is the perfect place for a person who wants you without being responsible for you. It allows them to keep you as an emotional object rather than an emotional partner. And that is what you deserve to stop tolerating. The real danger of being watched is what it does to your behavior. It can make you start performing. You start thinking about what you post. You start wondering if they'll see it. You start using your life as a message. You start editing yourself based on whether it will trigger them to reach out. And that's the moment your power leaves your body. Because now you're not living your life. You're auditioning for their attention. And the harsh truth is, if someone needs you to perform for them to reach out, they're not reaching out to love you. They're reaching out to re-secure control. The more stable move is the opposite. You live as if they're not watching. Because you don't owe anyone backstage access to your healing. You don't owe anyone a show. And you definitely don't owe someone the privilege of monitoring your life while refusing to meet you with basic respect. Now let's talk about the one question your mind keeps asking. Does watching mean they still care? Sometimes. But care is not the same as capacity. Someone can care and still be unsafe. Someone can miss you and still be unwilling to repair. Someone can feel regret and still refuse to reach out because their ego matters more than your feelings. So the question that actually protects you is different. Does watching without reaching out meet my standards for love? And for someone with self-respect, the answer is no. Love is not surveillance. Love is not lurking. Love is not silent consumption. Love is presence. Love is courage. Love is risking discomfort to repair what you broke. Love is choosing someone clearly, not just keeping them in your peripheral vision. So if you keep interpreting their watching as a sign you should stay open, you'll stay stuck. Because watching gives just enough hope to keep you waiting, but not enough action to set you free. This is why people who watch but don't reach out can feel so addictive. They're giving you a signal without giving you a solution. They're keeping the door cracked without stepping through it. And that cracked door can make you wait years. So here's your clarity. If someone wants access to you, they can choose to show up. If someone wants a real connection, they can choose to reach out with respect and accountability. If they choose not to, that is the answer. Not a moral judgment, an answer. It means they are choosing safety for themselves over honesty with you. It means they prefer distance over repair. It means they prefer control over vulnerability. And you can stop building a fantasy on top of that. You can stop interpreting their watching as proof of a future. You can treat it as what it is: evidence of attachment without action. And attachment without action is not love you can trust. So, what do you do with this? You stop rewarding watching with access to your mind. You stop checking who viewed. You stop scanning for their name. You stop letting their silent presence decide your emotional state. You stop giving them the power of being able to affect you without speaking. Because that's what watching is: impact without responsibility. And once you stop offering them that, something shifts. Either they step forward with real effort, or they fade into the background where they belong. And either outcome is peace. Because you are no longer living in suspense. You are no longer waiting for someone to become brave. You are no longer giving your energy to someone who wants you in silence. The most powerful thing you can do is recognize this. You are not a screen they get to scroll when they're bored. You are not a memory they get to revisit without consequence. You are not a comfort source they get to sip from while giving you nothing in return. You are a person. You are a reality. And if they want access to you, they can meet you in reality. If they refuse, then you don't need to hate them. You just need to stop letting their watching keep you emotionally available. Because the moment you stop reacting to their watching is often the moment they feel the loss. Not because you're playing games, because you finally removed the only kind of connection they were willing to maintain. The kind that costs them nothing. And you deserve more than a connection that costs them nothing and costs you your peace. Welcome to Attachment Alchemy Lab. You're safe here.